Sandhurst trying to make history in this season by winning a 5th straight grand final. And Gisborne trying to win their 2nd premiership since their first in 2013. Joel Peterson with you. Great to have you with us on our live stream coverage via the VFNL Facebook page. South Bendigo captain Steph Good alongside me. Hello, Steph.
Hi, Joel.
Great to be with you for another year.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
And it's such quality lineups, both of these teams. We'll get through our starting lineups in a moment. In Gisborne, Tori Skriel and Claudia Mawson. In goal shooter and goal attack inside the circle, Emerson Lakey at wing attack. Here's an early opportunity for Mawson to get the Dogs on the board. Tiana Newman in centre, Kirby Elliott. In wing defence, Charlie Kemp. In goal defence, and Zoe Davies in goalkeeper. Coming off the bench, Tasma Morris, Eloise Rodder, Kiralee Collins, Riley Connell and Olivia Rodder. For Sandhurst, they start with last year's best on court, Imogen Sexton. Heather Oliver in goal defence. Sophie Shoebridge in wing defence. Meg Williams in centre. Shay Clifford is wing attack. Kelsey Mead, Beck Smith, Ruby Turner, Charlotte Sexton, Paige Ryan and Kelsey Paul-Pratt complete the Sandhurst lineup, and this is a very promising start for the Dogs, Steph.
Yeah, this is a great start for them. I think it'll be about which team can settle first and play their own structures.
So another opportunity under the cup for Skriel. Had an outstanding season. First year out of 17 and unders to be goal shooter in an A-grade grand final is some kind of effort.
Yeah, you wouldn't know with Tori. She's a tricky player to come up against, and she's slotted into this A-grade side seamlessly, really.
Now an opportunity for Lacey. The Sandhurst defence under all kinds of pressure early. Big crowd here in front of the A-grade netball courts as well. Coming up a little bit short there is Mawson, but she finishes it off. She's been such a great inclusion over the last couple of years to this Gisborne team, Steph.
What a player. I mean, an A&L player, so Australian Netball League player for the Vic Fury, and just a quality player to have in the BFNL.
It's really Sandhurst's best opportunity of the early stages. The Gisborne defence has been energetic early with a couple of intercepts. And Sandhurst attacking end, not all that sharp, but Kelsey Mead won't miss those. Just a lethally accurate shooter. Any surprises in the way they started from your perspective, Steph?
I'd say for Gisborne, that's probably been their starting lineup or their strongest lineup for most of the year. I think Sandhurst probably had a few headaches in terms of who they were going to choose, but probably no surprises as such.
Emerson Lakey with a foot inside the circle. But they do rotate really heavily, both these teams. We'll see Kiralee Collins into the action for Gisborne. No doubt Tasma Morris might get an opportunity, and you know that Ruby Turner will be injected into that Sandhurst defence at some stage. Their best and fairest from last season, who had a foot injury at the start of this year and has forced her way back into the lineup. Sandhurst just winning the A reserve netball as well. Charlotte Sexton named best on court, the rising star of the BFNL, and the best on court in A reserve starts in reserve here in A grade. So Gisborne with all the early play. 3-1. This defence end for Gisborne, Steph, it's been their real strength. It's been the foundation of this team this season. They've had a number of games where they've held really good sides like Castlemaine in the 20s in terms of goals. What is so tough to play, or what is so tough about playing against Gisborne as far as their defence is concerned?
Yeah, I think this year that's been their credit, is their defence end. Their ability to get ball is pretty unparalleled with the likes of Charlie and Zoe down there, and Kirby, of course. Their offline defence and just aerial abilities are pretty incredible.
So when you speak about offline defence, that means?
Yeah, so playing the space. So rather than sitting hard on a body where it's clear for the pass to go, sort of hedging off and around so that you can create those intercepts for your teammates.
Couple of goals in a row here for Sandhurst and a centre pass. Williams with a bit of contact on circle edge. Inside for Smith. There's such a presence underneath the post for the Dragons. And you will have matched up against this attacking duo for Sandhurst over the last couple of seasons, Steph, and again this season. What's so hard about standing in the circle alongside Beck Smith and Kelsey Mead?
Yeah, they are definitely one of the hardest duos to come up against. But I think as much as they're incredible players and insanely accurate, it's also the precision of passing that comes into them, which makes it exceptionally hard to get many balls off them.
So 3-5 now. We've had a couple of absolute thrillers in the early games today. The 17 and under went all the way. These two teams have combined for 4 grand finals, which is rather remarkable. 17 and under's going the way of Gisborne in a very close one. Back to 1 goal to spread here. Sandhurst have just settled after the nerves were shaken somewhat early.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of pressure on this team, given that they're going for their 5th premiership, but I suppose a way to reframe it is pressure is privilege, so they'll be looking to take that experience and, of course, go for a 5th straight premiership.
Skrill makes it 6-4. Right in the frame for that Rising Star Award this season, Tori Skrill. A big career ahead of her, and really when you look through a lot of the Gisborne teams that have been really good over the last few years, their shooting end hasn't necessarily been their strength. Sometimes it's probably hold them back. That Tori Skrill as a homegrown product is going to be so valuable to them over the next few years.
Yeah, a very exciting player, and if you look at both of these clubs and their dominance, you just have to look at their junior programs and the players that they're bringing up through their junior and under-17 teams.
Went to extra time, I think, last year in the 17 and under grand final, and one thing that should be noted, Steph, is the weather is just a touch better than this time last year.
Just a little bit of a stark contrast to sideways rain.
We don't have water dripping down our face quite yet. I'm hoping that it stays that way for the duration. Skrill knocks another one in. So we've steadied at that 2-goal margin the way of Gisborne after they jumped out to an early 4-1 lead. Meg Williams, 2-time best on court. Sister Ali in her 50th game. Best on court in their B-grade win earlier. A remarkable performance that. Sandhurst led by 1 goal at quarter time, 1 goal at 3-quarter time as Mead drains a long-range bomb. So 1 goal the difference at 3-quarter time, Steph, and they won by 11.
In the A-Res?
In B-grade, sorry.
Oh, B-grade, sorry, I didn't watch that game.
Absolutely ran away with it.
That's, pretty impressive last term.
Here's Kirby Elliott, 2nd season at the Dogs. Co-captain with Claudia Mawson. Mawson lofts the pass across the circle for Lakey. Rumour has it there may have been an incident in training this week for Gisborne with some contact and a bit of a scare before the start of the week. But all good. Shay Clifford rolled her ankle last week at training as well, and she's out there, so...
Gosh, not the preparation you want before the big dance, but good to see them out there today.
Absolutely, they're made of tough stuff. 8-6. The standard of netball across the competition this season, Steph, it continues to absolutely excel as Davies comes up with a big intercept for Gisborne. And you only have to look at that defence end. Zoe Davies headed overseas in a couple of weeks to play for the Leeds Rhinos. Claudia Mawson's been at Australian Netball Championships recently, so too is Charlotte Sexton, who's not even starting for Sandhurst.
Yeah.
It's an immensely strong competition.
Oh, it's so great to see how the BFNL has grown in its strength, and that's obviously been rewarded with the Bendigo Strikers getting a VNL licence for 2024, which is very well deserved.
It's going to be a great addition to the netball landscape in Bendigo. Skrill coming up empty. Gisborne could have taken a 3-goal lead. Imogen Sexton, of course, last year's best on court in A-grade netball. That's going to be a great matchup between two young guns, Skrill and Sexton in the goal circle.
Yeah, really well matched for height there as well as athleticism, so one to watch.
Kelsey Mead knocks another one in. Back to a 1-goal game. Tiana Newman making her return after becoming a mother. Her partner Luke and young Sevi here to watch on with mum. Such a star of the competition, Newman, over so many years.
Yeah, she's been a mainstay at Gisborne for a long time, and what an inspiration for women's sport and what you can do in today's day and age.
A great story from Kieran Isles, who does a terrific job covering the league in the Bendigo Advertiser, talking about Tiana Newman's return, and lost her mum to suicide 8 years ago and has found a love of netball again and becoming a mother herself. It's great to see her back out there, and the two Betty Thompson medalists in Heather Oliver and Tiana Newman stand alongside one another. Another returning player is Oliver this season. Williams inside to Mead. That one's around and in. All tied up at 8. They just don't give you an inch, this Sandhurst team. One thing that was interesting that I did see in that article that Kieran Isles wrote in the Addy was Tiana Newman saying it will be interesting to see how Sandhurst play if we can put some pressure on them and they have to play from behind, because they haven't done it a lot.
No, that's an interesting point, actually. Obviously, they've started this quarter slightly behind, but it's fairly even now. It's also quite warm out there today. You know, it's quite pleasant for us on the sidelines, but I can imagine on the court it'd be really, really hot. Standing
out there lined up on the ground before the start of the senior football match was fairly warm. A couple of the Sandhurst girls were a little bit concerned about that. Not sure Imogen Sexton deals too well with the heat from what they were saying. So
she looks like she's got the fake tan on today. So
she's in the shade at the goal end, at our end of the court from where we're broadcasting from. Great to have you with us. South Bendigo captain Steph Good, alongside myself, Joel Peterson. Bendigo FNL live stream. Terrific initiative to have all our finals streamed in A-grade netball throughout this final series. And these two teams tied at 9 apiece. Sandhurst trying to be the first team to win 5 in a row after last year becoming the first team to win 4 in a row in the A-grade netball. And of course, Gisborne's lone premiership came in 2013. They've played in grand finals in 2013 and in 2018 when they were defeated by Sandhurst, and they're 1-1 in BFNL A-grade grand finals. Are the Gisborne Bulldogs. Newman played in that triumph in 2013. Meg Williams was best on court, as opposed to her in that 2018 grand final, and that'll be a great duel to watch. Even though it's a quote-unquote non-contact sport, netball, there'll be plenty of physicality between Meg Williams and Tiana Newman today.
Oh, all over the court, I think, Joel. Netball is not a non-contact sport.
It's one of the great misnomers about the sport, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. It's quite a physical game, and you certainly know if you've had a physical match-up when you finish the game and the next day.
Smith can't get that one to go. So a minute and a half remaining in this opening frame. 10 apiece after Gisborne burst out of the blocks and put a little bit of pressure on this Sandhurst lineup. Lakey. Now into Skriel. And underneath to Mawson, who won't be missing this. So Gisborne back ahead at 11-10 with a centre pass to come. They'd love to take the lead into quarter time. That'd do something really strong for their confidence.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Sandhurst respond in this next quarter. I think with it being so tight, whoever finishes on top is each quarter is going to be in a better position.
Oh, terrific stuff from Skriel to keep that alive. Acrobatically. Back behind her to Mawson. And now Claudia Mawson with the opportunity from long range. That won't go. Sexton rips it down. But Gisborne ahead with a narrow advantage. Plenty of support for the Dogs over the other side of the court. A lot of their senior footballers are here. Directly opposite us underneath the shade sail. These netball facilities here at the QEO being used to their full extent this afternoon. Williams to Mead. They'd love to tie it up before quarter time here, the Dragons. And this is Kelsey Mead's bread and butter from long range. So we are tied at 11 as we go to quarter time. So they are going to make a change here, which is the standard move, I guess, that they go for, which is taking Tiana Newman off out of centre and bringing Kirralie Collins into wing attack, and the shift of Emerson Lakey into that centre position. Lakey gives them so much drive and run.
Yeah, their speed. Great intercept by Kirby Elliott there.
Kirralie Collins has really carved out a nice role for herself, coming up as the sub. 12 votes in the Betty Thompson medal count on last Sunday. Zoe Davies stretches to keep the ball in her third and then almost passed it away. Mawson to Lakey. Bounces off the post and it's taken by Skriel. So the second quarter starts with something that goes Gisborne's way. You'll take that if you can get it.
Some changes made here for Sandhurst as well. We've got Ruby Turner entering in at goal defence and Heather Oliver out to wing defence.
Again, it's one of those standard changes. Oliver has played up in the attacking third a little bit this year as well. Did so in their semi-final win late in the piece when they defeated Gisborne a couple of weeks ago, Sandhurst. That win by 6 goals. So the 3 matchups between the teams this year, Sandhurst by 6 goals in round 7. As Mead will be able to convert here, Sandhurst by 16 goals in round 16. And then by 6 goals in that semi-final, as Kelsey Mead ties things at 12. Of course, Steph, you were actually one of the very few teams that got the better of Gisborne down there late in the season by 4 goals, the Bloods. Sort of the signature win of your season. How did that unfold that day? What did you put into practice on that particular day to topple the Dogs?
Yeah, that was probably one of my favourite netball games that I've played a part of. I think for us, we were able to just hold our structures and play 4 quarters, which is something we'd struggled with over the year. So an exciting and morale-boosting win for us.
Meg Williams wanted a call on that, but it goes through her hands and out of court. The defensive pressure from both teams really good. Gisborne haven't been able to throttle this Sandhurst attack as they do to so many teams throughout the competition. And Sandhurst haven't been able to open Gisborne up as they do so often. Some swift movement through the midcourt here for the Dogs. Lakey to Mawson on circle's edge. Beautiful return pass. Collings had some contact from Williams, who fell into the circle. And now Skriel underneath the post. A little bit strong. That was a poor miss. And now Sandhurst can recycle it. Ruby Turner's again, a terrific player to have coming in reserve. It's an embarrassment of riches that they've got, Sandhurst.
Yeah, what a bench that they've got.
Ruby Turner, Charlotte Sexton, Paige Ryan there, a reserve co-captain, and Kelsey Paul-Pratt. Mead will try and deliver this one inside. It's a nice byplay between Clifford and Smith misses at the other end. That's an uncharacteristic error. Wouldn't miss too many of those. Zoe Davies having a couple of words to our umpires. Alyssa Colbury, Bentley, Lauren Dean, our 3 umpires for this A-grade game. Lakey into Mawson, underneath the Skriel. Ends a couple of minutes without a goal. Just settles the nerves after a couple of misses, 13-12. It's been played at a rapid pace, this game.
Yeah, I think there's a few uncharacteristic turnovers that are happening, but I suppose that's often the nature of a grand final.
Bounces around at a few sets of feet inside the circle, and Skrill finishes off to hand Gisborne back a 2-goal lead. 4 premierships in a row for Sandhurst. They haven't gone through an undefeated season to win one as yet. They've lost a game in at least all of their previous 4 wins, as Davies gets a hand on that. Wry smile on the face of Meg Williams as she absorbs some contact. And Kelsey Mead drains it to bring it back to a 1-goal game. Might just be sorting some spectators out, I think, at the other end of the court.
A great crowd here at the A-grade grand final.
Absolutely, it is. Packed in, especially on that outer side of the court. Great take from Mawson. The Echuca product won an A-grade grand final with the Murray Bombers a couple of years ago, back in 2018. Of course, their senior football team in the Goulburn Valley Football League grand final tomorrow against Kai Abram, as Clifford looks inside and Smith fumbles that away. So that, as you said, Steph, that's an uncharacteristic turnover from Sandhurst's Beck Smith. Kelsey Mead almost trying to tackle Charlie Kemp out of the way there.
I do think Zoe Davies is getting the better of Beck Smith at the moment. She's a little bit rattled, so I'm sure they'll look to take some breaths and adjust that.
What does Davies do so well that you like about her game?
Her vertical jump and the way that she almost hangs in the air is really hard for a mid-quarter to know, where to feed that ball and when.
Mawson able to convert. Was it her third BFNL club now, Zoe Davies, having played at Eagle Hawk and Kangaroo Flat previously. A couple out there at their second club. Shay Clifford, of course, a Castlemaine product. You think about Castlemaine's A-grade netball, as Turner almost gets a hand on that. Finished third this season, narrowly beaten in a preliminary final. And 2 of their junior netballers playing at other clubs finished 1 and 2 in the Betty Thompson medal in Chelsea Satori and Shay Clifford.
Yes, that's a good point, actually. It has been great to see Castlemaine re-enter the competition, and quite a strong manner as well. Their
best ever finish in A-grade netball. As now Gisborne have opened up a 4-goal break here. 3 in a row for the Dogs to take it to 13-17. And this defensive pressure continues to mount. I'm not sure they could have imagined a much better start than this.
No, an incredible start by Gisborne.
And they've continued the pressure here. Collings inside. Mawson tosses that one away. Turner got a hand in there. In fact, it was Sexton, who was so good in this game last year. Sandhurst looking for a steadier at the other end. Elliott's in there trying to rip it off Meg Williams.
Yeah, physical battle there. You'd expect nothing less.
Meg Williams, a 2-time best on court in 2017 and 18. Heather Oliver's won best on court. Now off the hands of Mead, and Beck Smith just can't find a rhythm inside the circle.
Yeah, a lot of momentum sitting with this Gisborne defence end. Things just aren't falling Sandhurst's way.
6.5 remaining in this second quarter. Mead bumps in to Charlie Kemp. Kemp now holding possession for the Dogs. Skrill looks for an option. Contact on Oliver. And now one going the other way. So a break for Sandhurst. Haven't scored a goal in a couple of minutes now, though.
Yeah, Sandhurst really need a settler here. They just need to get a goal on the board to just settle their team and stay within this contest.
I'd love maybe one to settle the nerves of Beck Smith at the moment.
Absolutely.
They look inside to Smith. She's going to leave this one for Kelsey Mead. As Charlie Kemp goes out of play. Mead rattles it in. Maybe a steadier for Sandhurst to make it 14-17. Last game they lost the Dragons all the way back in round 18 of 2022. You look at their 2018 starting lineup too from that premiership. Brooke Bolton and Carly Vandenheuvel, the only two changes from that starting lineup in, well, 5 or 6 years of netball now. Of course, the two COVID-interrupted seasons, but an extraordinary effort.
That speaks volumes to their connections on court and what they've been able to do in the last couple of years. With only 7 players on the court, you really need to make sure that every single one of your players are gelling and that those connections are really strong.
Mead looked from long range and couldn't connect on that. Before that, it might have been the best passage of play that Sandhurst had had in the game so far. Transitioning it straight up the middle cylinder, end to end. Lovely long range pass from Davies.
Yeah, Gisborne are doing a great job at looking over the mess and looking over Sandhurst's press and just almost an outlet pass out.
Collings now. Oh, Turner had a hand in there, so too Sexton. They didn't come up with it in the end, the Dragons' defence. Still at 14-17. And this second term has been played on Gisborne's terms. It's been played the way that Gisborne want to play it, turning it into a bit of a low-scoring scrap.
Yeah, they're playing a bit of a different game, I think, to Sandhurst at the moment. There's a lot of shooter-to-shooter passing and lots of options, which I think Sandhurst at the moment have got minimal options and are forcing that ball high, which suits the Gisborne defence.
That was a poor pass from Collings, and that was a poor pass from Turner. Looking for Oliver. Running along the baseline. Heather Oliver, best on court in 2012, 2019, a two-time Betty Thompson medalist as well. Of course, one of those best on courts and one of the Betty Thompsons with Eagle Hawk before making the switch to Sandhurst. Joel Peterson alongside South Bendigo captain Steph Good with you. Great to have you with us on the BFNL live stream. Second year of broadcasting the A-grade netball grand final. Some contact in the circle. And Mawson drills that. So far in this quarter, just 10 goals combined. But it is 7-3 the way of Gisborne at 18-14. Here's Smith. Would love to see this one go in. No. She's going to get a second chance at it. Maybe that gets Beck Smith going. Again, just looks unsettled in that goal third at the moment. Beautiful pass inside to Skriel, who rattles that one in, and right when Sandhurst thought they might have had the response, Gisborne with a big answer back the other way. And again, it was that long pass that's paying dividends.
Yeah, it's really hard as a defender if that ball's coming in really quickly into the goal circle. You haven't got much time to react.
Smith now, has she found her rhythm? Couple in a row. 16-19. Meg Williams almost involved in a heavy collision on that other side of the court. Such a busy player in mid-court. Quick series of passes between Elliott and Collings. Collings now providing some support for Mawson. He lines this one up from long range, and we brought it a little bit closer. Back to 4. 20-16. Would you be looking to make another change? Is it a change in personnel or a change in the method of play at the moment you're looking for from Sandhurst, Steph?
I think the Sandhurst team is experienced enough to figure out what's going wrong and to adjust, and really they should be adjusting when they're in the middle of a quarter and not waiting for that quarter break.
The method's been okay. It's partly the execution, especially inside the centre circle, as Mead hits that one, but had missed one a couple of seconds before that, and they have still been generating the scoring opportunities, just not converting.
Yeah, they're certainly within striking distance. I think if they're able to settle and perhaps increase their accuracy a little bit, then they'll be okay.
So seconds ticking down here in this first half. Mead would love this and connects. Back to a 2-goal ball game. Can they sneak another before half-time, the Dragons? Couple of seconds left. Clifford to Mead. That pass goes awry. And we get to half-time with a 2-goal spread. Second half underway in this A-grade netball grand final. 2 goals in it as we move into this second half. Joel Peterson and South Bendigo captain Steph Good with you in commentary. Terrific to have you with us. Beautiful long ball. Oh, wonderful play from Turner. Pinched it, but threw it straight back. And it rattles in from Mawson. Would have been a great start for Sandhurst if Ruby Turner had pinched that.
Yeah, bad luck for Ruby there. That was an incredible intercept.
So a couple of changes for each team, Steph. Sophie Shoebridge is into the game.
Yes, back onto wing defence for Sophie, and Tiana back into centre. Kiralee Collins at wing attack.
So Emerson Lakey comes out for the Dogs with that change. Early goal for each to start. 21-19. Again, Elliott fires it up court. Newman looking inside for Mawson. Drops it at her feet. Now Mawson looking back outside for Newman, trying to make some position. Sandhurst defending well, though, with Turner and Imogen Sexton back there. Sexton almost got a hand to that, but Mawson made good position.
Yeah, great patience from Gizzy there. Claudia's doing an absolute mountain of work out there at goal attack.
Certainly earning her bickies this afternoon is Claudia Mawson. Smith and Mead haven't had the best day inside the circle as far as accuracy is concerned, but a chance here for Kelsey Mead. And that one's pretty regulation. Back to 2. And that'll be the question. Can they take advantage of the opportunities, Sandhurst? Because they've been able to generate a couple of turnovers in their defence end, but Gisborne have just had it a little bit too easily off a few poor Sandhurst misses. As Williams goes bumping in mid-court, and penalty for some contact on that play.
Yeah, that was a great call by the umpire.
Alyssa Cole, Bree Bentley, her umpires out there. Lauren Dean as well. Mead now to Williams. Floats it out toward Clifford, who got clipped by Davies. Almost an intercept for Zoe Davies, who's lightning quick in that defensive goal circle, and Mead rattles one home, brings it back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, better start for Sandhurst. This is what they'll be after coming into the premiership quarter.
Oh, that's not a great pass from Clifford. Davies read that one nicely.
Commentator's curse, I think, Joel.
Collings along the sideline. Sexton reaches over the top of Skriel, but can't take possession. Mawson looking outside the circle. Collings does well to hold on to that. Shoebridge gets a hand in on Newman, takes it away. But it'll stay in red, blue and white. Now Mawson. That one's off target, but ripped down by Tori Skriel. And the Bulldogs fans on the outer side love that from their young goal shooter. Shoebridge almost with a hand in again. Got awfully close to Claudia Mawson there. Umpire said it was okay. Tries to intercept from Collings. And now Skrill once more. She hasn't faltered so far in this game.
Yeah, Gisborne have been exceptionally accurate for this game, which I think is why they're in front.
For an 18-year-old to be playing in a first A-grade grand final and leading the line, so to speak, it's very impressive performance from Tori Skrill as Smith answers back. But for a young player like her to have the support of Claudia Mawson must be absolutely massive.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at what they're doing at the moment, Claudia's creating a really nice one-on-one and allowing Tori to hold her space and open up for that pass.
It's an impressive resume that Mawson brings. Missed 5 games during the season with Australian Netball Championships duty with the Vic Fury. Of course, as Steph said earlier, Australian Netball League player. VNL, BFNL Interleague player as well. It's been a great addition to the competition. Now Skrill from right underneath. Back to a 3-goal game at 25-22. And the Dogs are not going to go quietly. They are holding their own in this A-grade grand final. Williams darts it in towards Smith, knocked away. Good defence from Kemp. Elliott's so creative. Can Collings find inside the circle? Comes back to Elliott, who's used the long ball to good effect all afternoon. Now Newman underneath. It'll end up with Skrill. Tiana will have another go. Some contact underneath the post. So Tori Skrill to finish off. Gisborne now again making a little bit of a mini run. 26-22, so the margin back out to 4. Hasn't been any bigger than that throughout the course of the game. This one's Sandhurst, some desperation from Meg Williams, who ended up on the asphalt. What are you seeing at the moment that they need to work on here, the Dragons, Steph?
I think defensively they're doing a really good job. They're doing a nice box. 2 at the front, 2 at the back. Not getting caught up on the body too much. And that was a much better transition. I think that transition is where they need to think about how they're bringing it down the court and how they're going to feed it into their goalers.
Mead inside, Smith will convert that opportunity. Of course, the Sandhurst team in A-grade on senior football as well today. Down by 11 points at half-time against Golden Square. A stream of that also available via the BFNL Facebook page. Couple of bodies hit the ground. Elliott and Clifford both bounce back up. Lovely looping pass inside from Clifford.
Yeah, Beck found some great space then and great vision by Shea.
Again, another Rising Star winner. Rising Star last year, Shea Clifford, and runner-up in the Betty Thompson medal this year. Take away from Turner. And so now it's Sandhurst who force a couple of mistakes from the Dogs. They can try and capitalise on the opportunity. Gisborne's mid-court pressing up high. Almost for Elliott. Gee, she read that well.
Just a bit of contact on the way through.
Mead outside looking for Clifford. Poked away by Newman. Ball out of court here for Mead. Williams looking inside. Some contact underneath. Kelsey Mead leaves it a bit short. We'll get another go. This time. and urges her team on in the aftermath. So 25-26. Bit of contact there. Almost the centre pass going amiss for Sandhurst. They can tie it up on this possession. It's been a good couple of minutes for the Dragons here. Couple of defensive turnovers and making it count at the other end.
Yeah, I think Sandhurst can probably play better than this. I think for Gisborne, though, their grit and determination is what's getting them across the line at the moment.
And we're back to all square at 26 apiece. Shay Clifford tries to rev her team up. Urging them on. Can Gisborne find the response? Mawson inside. Beautiful take from Skriel. Gorgeous hands. And an immediate answer. Meg Williams is starting to have a real impact in mid-court too. Mead from long range. That one's off target. Williams will keep it in. Terrific stuff. Oh, great work from Davies. Pokes it away. Races across the court to win it back for the Dogs.
That was an incredible effort by Zoe Davies then. 3 or 4 efforts and then the chase up.
That is why she is so highly rated and on her way to play professionally in the UK. Such an asset to have her in the BFNL. Number of netballers with some international experience. Of course, Davies has netball experience at the top level in Suncorp Super Netball. Fee Fowler, of course, at Castlemaine in a similar vein. And Jordan Kranzberg, who was at Gisborne last year, is plying her trade at that level. 27-26 to Gisborne. Joel Peterson, Steph Good with you. Turner's injected some real energy into this Sandhurst defence since she's come on at quarter time, Steph.
Yeah, I agree. I think their defensive pressure has really picked up. You could see earlier the Gisborne attack were having to draw right up almost until the other third.
Now Skriel underneath. Sexton cheekily taps that one away. And Tori Skriel just continues to knock them in. Not feeling any pressure in her A-grade grand final debut. They've even brought a drum and a horn. The Bulldogs out on the outer side, a couple of their supporters. Brought their own percussion section to support their team. That one's a little bit strong from Skriel. And Mawson couldn't keep it alive. So again, there's that commentator's curse, Steph. It was only a matter of time. Shoebridge now. That was almost a poor pass from Clifford. She was lucky that there was a bit of contact on the play. Clifford now looks underneath for Smith. Kemp right there with her. Charlie Kemp, another youngster who's doing great things in defence for the Dogs. Such a star-studded lineup. Probably a little bit underrated, the way that she performs.
Yeah, absolutely. She's very tall and agile and long arms, so that's always a attacker's nightmare.
Goal defence, the number one position on the court, isn't it, Steph?
I'm a goalkeeper, Joel.
Is there a bit of a hierarchy between keepers and defenders usually?
I don't know, actually. I haven't thought about it. More of a team, more of a connection.
Mead drains that one. And again, we're tied at 28. Gisborne have led by 4 earlier in this term. Elliott, they've cut out that long ball here in this quarter as well, Sandhurst. They haven't allowed Gisborne to do that. Now Elliott looks for it. Mawson looking for Newman. They haven't been able to really open the court up as quickly as they did in that second term.
No, yeah, I think Sandhurst's pressure's really picked up.
28 apiece. Minute remaining here in this third term. So we're going to go the journey in A-grade netball in season 2023. Takeaway for the Dragons. Williams and Clifford. Now to Mead, back to Meg Williams. What can they manufacture late in this third period? Mead underneath for Smith. The Dragons looking for the lead. They haven't led since the opening term, Sandhurst, when it was 9-8 and then 11-10. Since it's been Gisborne who've been in control of the ball game, led for the entirety of the second term by 2 at half-time. And now Sandhurst trying to put themselves 2 to the good. Smith couldn't convert. She'll get a second shot. And that's where she's so good, generating those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think they're starting to find Beck Smith a little bit easier now. They've got a little bit more confidence to let that ball go to her.
Oh, terrific stuff from Imogen Sexton. Takes that one away from Skrill. And this is a different Sandhurst team here in this third period. Even to the one that was on court halfway through the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is more like the Sandhurst that we have seen throughout the years.
They have absolutely made their move, looking for a 3-goal lead, but they get interrupted by the siren. We've got 15 minutes to find out. 30-28 as we begin this final term. And as Steph Good told you, they're going to leave it all out there. Elliott and Williams tussling early on. Mead immediately underneath for Smith, who's definitely found her range now. Biggest lead of the game for Sandhurst at 31-28. Gisborne's lead's been 4 on a couple of occasions throughout, including in the middle stages of that third term before Sandhurst closed on an 8-2 run that's now 9-2. Well done from Williams, got the hand in, a critical intercept. Now an opportunity, lethal in transition, the Dragons. Smith can't finish it off though. But Kemp throws it straight back to Mead. She misses as well. Couple of opportunities go begging for the Dragons. All set up by that wonderful intercept from Meg Williams, Steph.
A great intercept. It was a dangerous cross-court pass, and she did a great job to read that ball. Just got to finish it off here.
So here is Williams. Mead from long range misses. Again, they're able to recycle the ball here, Sandhurst. Another one for Kelsey Mead. Looks inside to Smith, poked away from her. So this Gisborne defence isn't going to allow them anything easy. That much we know for certain. Lakey back out there for the Dogs. Collings in at wing attack. No Tiana Newman to close here. The only premiership player in this Gisborne team. Mead underneath for Smith for a 4-goal lead. Got it.
You can feel the intensity of the game's really stepped up here in this last quarter.
Opening 2 goals of the final quarter for Sandhurst. And now Gisborne trying to lock them in the middle third. And Smith fumbles it away. Fast, flat pass from Kelsey Mead that Beck Smith just couldn't handle. Mead wins it back for Sandhurst, but straight to Davies. And now Williams is in there again. She's played some kind of second half, Meg Williams. Zoe Davies urges her team on. 5 up now, Sandhurst. And this all starts to get a bit familiar.
Yeah, that's happened in a blink of an eye.
Gisborne led 26-22. Since then, 11 goals to 2. The way of the Dragons. Skrill at the other end. Makes good at the second opportunity. To say they needed that is an understatement.
Yeah, they absolutely needed that.
Oh, well done from Davies. How she got a hand to that and managed not to just about knock herself out either on the court or the post is something of a minor miracle.
Yeah, that was bad luck from Zoe there. I thought that was a bit of a cause by Beck Smith, but that's okay. She'll get on with the game.
Zoe didn't look all that thrilled about it either. You know they're going to earn it late in this A-grade grand final. So it's a 5-goal lead to Sandhurst, 34-29. Lakey. Inside for Mawson. Needs to hit this and does. How do they get on top? How do they create a couple of intercepts here, Steph?
Yeah, they certainly need some ball back. I think when they were hard sitting off the body, but then that closing speed and running onto it, that's when they're going to get that ball back.
Mead goes underneath for Smith. Who converts on that? 35-30. And now when Gisborne asked the question, Sandhurst has the answer. Can they pose a few more problems here down the stretch, the Dogs? Lakey looks inside, taken away by Sexton. Been terrific again, proven grand final performer. Chatting to a few of the Sandhurst players pre-game, I said, part of our fortune rests on which Imogen Sexton shows up. And it's been the Imogen Sexton that usually shows up in September.
Yeah, I think September must be her favourite month of the year.
Certainly plays like it. Of course, sister Charlotte winning an A Reserve Premiership and best on court. And brother Connor winning a Reserves Premiership a little bit earlier. 35-31 now. 9 minutes remaining, so there is still time for the Dogs. Long enough, if good enough. And they'll win it back here.
I think Gisborne just have to go back to their patient game that they've been playing for most of this game and just work it in for a closer range shot.
Claudia Mawson. Rattles it home. Hoping the Dogs can rattle home. They've got so much support here. It's travelled up the Calder. 3 goals and a centre pass. Can Skrill make it 2? You bet. Don't look away now. Turner to take it inside the middle third. Kemp playing some close checking defence on Mead at circle's edge. Smith now coming up high to try and generate some space over the back. Mead out wide, inside to Smith. Didn't have the support she wanted. Clifford looks inside. Dangerous pass. Smith takes it and finishes.
Brilliant take by Beck Smith there. And the goal to follow.
36-33. Now the Dogs need to get creative. It's in good hands. Elliott. Mawson out wide for Lakey. A little bit of contact from Williams. And again, no Tiana Newman out there for Gisborne at this stage. Skrill calmly knocks that one down. Plays with steadiness beyond her years, does young Tori Skrill. Clifford set it a task by Williams, but she's equal to it. Mead now. This Gisborne defence getting really active, and they're taking all kinds of risks at the moment to try and win it back. Smith gets it to go. 37-34, but you can see the urgency is there from the Dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. They're doing everything they can to get that ball back.
Bit over 6.5 minutes remaining in this one. Beautiful pass from Elliott. Scythes it up the middle channel, but it's taken away. Imogen Sexton again. Now can she generate some offence? Collings and Shoebridge a bit of a coming together. Working back through the centre of the court. Williams has done a power of work unchanged in centre. Smith almost a fumble. Mead provides some support. Smith wants it underneath. Mead's a little bit further out. Bang! That's a big hit from Kelsey Mead. And almost a big takeaway from Elliott. She thought Mead had last hands on it. Back to a 4-goal lead. And now Sandhurst have been able to steady. Oh, Davies has gone down awkwardly there. You just hope she's okay. Smith makes it a 5-goal lead. Davies just struggling to put any weight on that right leg at the moment. So you hope that the Gisborne star defender is okay to continue. Screel answers one back. It's pull out all the stops time now for Gisborne.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing is for certain, though, this game has been a terrific contest.
A great contest and just a great game of netball in general.
A great advertisement for the competition. Gisborne's given Sandhurst all it can handle. There's 5 minutes remaining and they might have some more in reserve. And wouldn't they love Maddie Stewart, who collects that ball along the baseline, to be out there at the moment.
Yeah, this is crucial for Gisborne. They really need to score.
That's a poor pass from Kemp. In fact, there's a bit of contact. So paid by the umpire closest to us. It did look that way. And so an opportunity for Gisborne to cut the margin back from 4. And again, there is plenty of time remaining for the Dogs. In the 17 and under final earlier today, they trailed by 4 with about 2 minutes left. They won by 1. Lakey looks inside. Screel to cut it to 3. The Gisborne crowd erupts once more, and they've got a centre pass to get it back to 2. Good to see Zoe Davis able to continue as well.
Yeah, I'd say there'd be a bit of adrenaline coursing through her blood at the moment.
I reckon you would have to force her off the court. Long pass from Elliott.
Great vision from Elliott.
Such a creative force from wing defence.
Yeah, I mean, a wing defence that swaps into centre as well, so she certainly knows how to feed a ball.
Almost again from Elliott as she tries to intercept. The co-captain doing all she can in the moments that matter most. Smith underneath. Needs this. Can't get it to go. Almost taken by Kemp, and it is. Two-goal margin. Lakey. Now Collings. Back to Lakey on circle's edge. Mawson offloads. Poor pass from Collings, taken by Turner. Maybe one too many from Gisborne in attack. 2-goal margin. Gisborne will have the next centre pass, and Turner deliberated over it for too long. So there's still every bit of chance here, Gisborne. 39-37, 2.5 minutes remaining.
Gisborne need to score quickly here and then get it back in the hands of Sandhurst so they can get that turnover they need.
Mawson underneath, Screel. 1-goal ball game.
High mistake back into Gisborne's hand.
Dogs centre pass. They can tie it up on this possession. Lakey. Mawson's out wide. Inside for Screel. Another terrific take. And Tori Screel, the young goal shooter, to tie it up. 39 apiece. And a minute and a half left.
This is where defence wins games.
for all the build-up and for all the energy around this game. It has absolutely delivered. Gisborne forced the turnover. Elliott's got it in mid-court. Lakey almost for Turner. Been such a spark plug in that Sandhurst defence. Under a minute remaining now. And this is where that patience might tell for Gisborne. Mawson and Lakey combine. Claudia Mawson underneath for Skriel. They almost lost it. Tori Skriel to take the lead. Offloads to Mawson. She's got it. She's got it, and Gisborne have come from 4 down to lead.
They really need to hold their composure here.
Centre pass for the Dogs. Under half a minute remaining. It was Sandhurst 39 to 35. Gisborne have scored 5 in a row to close it. Davies in the defensive third. Elliott looking to advance the ball.
They're really trying to milk the clock here. I'm not sure how long's left, but they're doing a good job of it.
Davies again, there it is! An unbelievable comeback from Gisborne. 10 years on since their first A-grade premiership. The Dogs pull one out of the fire. And they win it by 1. 40 to 39. Sandhurst's reign and the dream of the perfect season is over. It ends in heartbreak, and it ends in one of the best finishes to an A-grade grand final you will ever see. Steph Good, that was unbelievable.
Thanks everyone. We'll begin our presentations for A-grade netball in 2023. One of the great grand finals. And if you needed an advertisement for the strength of netball in the Bendigo Football Netball League, the last hour and a bit is all you could ever ask for. Well done to both of our teams. That was just an extraordinary display in beautiful conditions. We're joined by BFNL Board Chair Carol McKinstry, as well as Netball Victoria President Carol Cathcart for our presentations. We will begin with our umpires for our A-grade grand final. They are Alyssa Cole, Bree Bentley and Lauren Dean. Our next order of business is our best on court for season 2023 as decided by the umpires. Carol Cathcart, the President of Netball Victoria, to present this to the player adjudged best on court in the 2023 A-grade grand final. From the Gisborne Bulldogs, goal attack, Claudia Mawson. To our runners-up, Sandhurst, another terrific performance. What you've achieved over the last 5 years has been absolutely incredible. and you deserve every bit of success that you've had so far in celebration of yet another terrific season. Carol McKinstry, the BFNL Chair, to present our runners-up medals. At goalkeeper, Imogen Sexton. Goal defence, Heather Oliver. Wing defence, Sophie Shoebridge. Wing attack, Shay Clifford. Goal attack, Kelsey Mead. Goal shooter, Beck Smith. Having a big impact off the bench, Ruby Turner. Also on the bench, Charlotte Sexton, Paige Ryan, and Kelsey Paul Pratt. And the captain of Sandhurst at centre, Meg Williams. And the Dragons coached by Tamara Gilchrist. I'll invite Tam to say a few words on behalf of the Dragons.
I'd just like to take a minute again to thank the league, the sponsors, the umpires. It was an absolutely cracking match today, all season, and to talk to Gisborne earlier in the week, we were hoping for this battle today. We have a lot of respect for you guys as a club and a team, and we appreciate great netball. So congratulations, you guys. You worked hard and got over the line. To our girls, our last amazing 5 years, 7 years, whatever you want to do with COVID, is nothing short of special. It doesn't matter that we didn't get it, well, it does matter, but that we didn't get over the line today, but you guys are incredible. The things you've been able to achieve together, and I'm sure you're not done. So be proud of yourselves, stand tall, and let's, really get behind each other tonight, and a great club that we are. So great job.
Still a show of another premiership too, just quietly as well, looking at the scoreboard over there. Still very much in the hunt in the senior football. Our 2023 premiers, Gisborne. Premiers for the second time in Bendigo Football Netball League A-grade competition. Premiers in 2013 and again in 23. Carol McKinstry to present our premiership medals. Goalkeeper, Zoe Davies. Goal defence, Charlie Kemp. At centre, Tiana Newman. Starting wing attack, Emerson Lakey. At goal shooter, Tori Skrill. In reserve, Tasma Morris, Eloise Rodder, Kiralee Collins, Riley Connell, and Olivia Rodder. And the co-captains of the Gisborne Bulldogs. At the wing defence, Kirby Elliott, and our best on court, Claudia Mawson. And the Gisborne A-grade premiership coach, third time lucky for today at least, Taryn Reimer.
Firstly, I just say thanks to the league for putting on today. It's been a great day. To Sandhurst, what an incredible team you guys are. Honestly, you've been the benchmark for the last 5 years. and we knew that if we didn't bring anything but our best netball today, it was going to be tough. So to our playing group, God, you've worked hard. I knew that you had that self-belief amongst the playing group. Each week we just kept giving it our best, and we knew that today we were going to have a red hot crack. So well done, and it's really exciting that we got to take home the win. To the club, we love being at Gisborne. You know, it's the best club. We just look at everyone here supporting us. We wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you, and thanks to everyone.
Thanks, Taryn. And I reckon the bus home down to Garden Reserve will be a bit of fun this afternoon. The only order of business left is to present the 2023 A-Grade Netball Bendigo Mazda Premiership Cup. Karen McKinstry to hand it over to Claudia Mawson, Kirby Elliott, Taryn Reimer and the Gisborne Bulldogs.